Good morning, everyone. I am incredibly excited to welcome you to Dallas Habitat's biggest community event of the year, our 5th annual Homeownership Fair. Welcome this morning. As we celebrate National Homeownership Month, Dallas Habitat hosts this event annually, this phenomenal event, bringing together the top homeownership experts in our community, truly the best of the best. Good morning again, and my name is Blaine Cowart. I lead the Homeowner Services team here at Dallas Habitat, and on behalf of our entire team, I want to thank you for making the time to join us here today. At Dallas Habitat, we believe that everyone deserves a safe and affordable place to call home, a place to put down roots, to really begin to make your own and truly begin to invest in yourself. Putting money in our own pockets. No matter what stage in your homeownership journey you are at today, we promise you there is something for you in today's event. An event of this scale simply would not be possible without the generous support of our amazing sponsors. We are incredibly grateful to our supporters who stepped up this year and helped us make this event possible for all of our community and all of you. A very special thank you to our 2021 presenting sponsors, State Farm and Prosperity Home Mortgage. Thank you so much for sponsoring this event. Additionally, we'd like to thank our education level sponsors, Bank OZK, BBVA, Iberia Bank and First Horizon, the Mr. Cooper Group, and Veritex Community Bank. Thank you all for making this event possible for us today. And speaking of which, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you Maria Melendez, who will share a few words on behalf of the State Farm team. Welcome, Maria.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Melendez, and I'm a local State Farm agent here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's so great to virtually be able to be tuned in here today. And on behalf of the entire team, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 5th annual Homeownership Fair presented by State Farm. I just want to congratulate you on taking your first step in your homeownership journey. Dallas Habitat has a fantastic virtual fair lined up for you today, packed with tons of great information and resources to help you make your dream of a homeownership a reality. At State Farm, we're proud to support Dallas Habitat as part of our contribution to building safer, stronger, and better educated communities. We hope you leave here today feeling inspired and empowered to realize your dream of homeownership. Thank you again for joining us. Have a wonderful time and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Maria, and thanks again to all of our incredible sponsors for today's event. Now I am beyond excited to welcome our fabulous MC, our special friend, the one, the only Lady Jade. If your radio is tuned into K104 during the week, we know you know this voice, y'all. Born and raised right here in Dallas, Jade is a seasoned co-host for the nationally syndicated K104 morning show, which reaches millions of viewers across the country. When she steps away from the mic, Jade dedicates herself to the nonprofit that she has founded, Project 16, an amazing group which provides mentorship and support for high school students beyond graduation. The Dallas Habitat team is so incredibly fortunate to count Jade among our supporters. We could not be more excited to have her here today. Welcome, Jade.
Thank you, Blaine. Girl, I need you every morning when I wake up. That was a really great introduction. I think you hyped me up a little bit too much, but no, I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys understand what is about to happen today. I am super excited to be returning as your MC for Dallas Area Habitat for Humanity's 5th annual Home Ownership Fair. You guys, when they gave me the call, I will just tell you, there's no way I was going to deny this. Last year's virtual fair was absolutely amazing. I am a homeowner, but when I tell you, I learned so much just by actually emceeing. So I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations on taking an important first step in the path to home ownership. So you all, if you're in your living rooms, your bedrooms, I don't know where you are, clap it up for yourselves, because honestly, you really should be proud of yourself. Look, today's program is going to be amazing. Plus, y'all know I love giving away prizes. This is what we do every single morning on the morning show. We're going to be giving away some amazing raffle prizes today. We have gift cards from our friends at Home, which is one of my favorite stores. OMG, Chick-fil-A. Who doesn't love some Chick-fil-A, right? And of course, we also have some amazing Amazon gift cards to give away as well. Look, to me, the reason why home ownership is important, it provides a level of stability, you guys, independence, freedom, and also it helps to build generational wealth, which is something that we should be seeking to do for our families, right? But enough about me, blobbing and blabbing today. One thing we're going to do is we're going to keep the program rolling. So do me a favor, grab you something to drink, grab a snack, but grab a pen and paper because we're going to kick off today with our keynote speaker. Ooh, this is going to be good, y'all. All right, everybody. I am super excited about our keynote conversation on today. I just have to admit, I have been literally girl crushing. I've been thinking about this interview, been looking forward to it. She is America's favorite personal financial educator, a New York Times bestseller, an NAACP Image Award nominee, and the first Black woman to grace the cover of Money Magazine Solo. Y'all, she is definitely a trailblazer in the personal finance space. Her monumental Live Richer movement has helped over 1 million women worldwide save, manage, and pay off hundreds of millions of dollars. Amen. Won't he do it? Y'all, this is my friend in my head. Her name is Tiffany Aliche, but we know her as the Budgetnista.
Thank you, Jade. Hey, everybody.
Okay. Before we get into this, because, you know, we got to talk money, of course. I have to tell you, I literally have been watching you. I follow you on social media. And I'm not a huge reader. And I did not just do this because of the interview. I have been having your book. Like everything about you, and it's not just your information, it's your energy, your authenticity. So, girl, I just got to give you your flowers. And so I really appreciate you joining us here today.
No, thank you. That's awesome. I can't believe you have the book.
Yes, awesome. I know. I was like, and I've started it a little bit. Okay, it's gonna take me a minute because of my schedule, because it's a little thick. Okay, but I could not support you. I think the first time I really heard about you was on Earn Your Leisure. Those guys, you know, kind of.
Yes.
I know them, and I was like, after that, I have just been literally kind of Insta stalking you because you just dropped gems. So we're going to drop some gems today.
Yes.
We have a lot of potential first home buyers joining us. So let's just jump right into it. Your new book, Get Good with Money. Y'all, I definitely recommend you guys getting this. Just log on to Amazon and get her book. You definitely outline so many great ways to begin achieving financial wholeness. So let's talk about that. How is financial wholeness different from what we call financial freedom, right? And why should we start to shift our focus?
Well, Jade, what I noticed is that you could achieve financial freedom and still be a whole financial mess. Ask me how I know, because I was. Right? Right. So, but I'll give an example, right? We all know we love Prince, rest in peace. Now we know that Prince was financially free.
Yeah.
Meaning that he didn't have to work anymore if he didn't want to. He had enough money to sustain himself and he didn't have to work. But unfortunately, many of us know that when he passed away, he didn't have a will. He didn't have an estate plan. So his estate did not know what his wishes were, at least not in official capacity. So although Prince was financially free, he wasn't financially whole. Right? So financial freedom, I don't have to work anymore if I don't want to. Financial wholeness, I've got the financial fundamentals down. And there are 10 components to the financial fundamentals. Okay. It's budgeting, savings, debt, credit, learning to earn. That's the first 5. Okay. Then investing for both retirement and wealth. It's insurance, it's net worth. It is your financial team and estate planning. Those are the 10 components that come together to make your foundation for the rest of your financial life. So I found that like people would push you toward financial freedom. So you might be like, yeah, I don't have to work anymore, or that's the goal, but you don't have a budget.
Great point.
But you don't have insurance. Because you might have like, say, $2 million in the bank. Yeah, that's great. But then you don't have insurance. And with one lawsuit, that money is gone.
Good point. Good point. You know, so. And all 10 of those are in your book, right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
what the book is literally called. Get Good with Money, 10 Simple Steps to Becoming Financially Whole.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, I do want to address something you said, and if you're like Jay, we're not going to talk about that today. We're going off script, okay? You said the reason why is because you were a financial mess.
Yes.
If you don't mind sharing briefly your story, because I think this is what makes people that are watching today relate to you. Because sometimes we watch you, again, you're doing your thing, you're writing books, and it seems like this is what you've been doing your whole life, but you literally learned from failure.
Yes. And I have no problem sharing it because I think that, it's important to see how people have come up, down, and
Yes,
sideways.
absolutely.
So it was the Great Recession. So the recession that happened in 2008, 9, and 10. I was a first-time home buyer, super excited. I'd bought a house when I was 25, but by 29, I'd lost my job. And 29, it was 2009. And I was a school teacher and my school lost their funding. And I'd also been a victim of a credit card scam. So I had this condo that I bought for $220,000. I had a mortgage, right? And then now I also had this credit card scam that they said, well, Tiffany, you're still responsible, $35,000 in credit card debt when I had no credit card debt before.
Oh,
and then I know, and it was devastating. And then I had just finished my master's program in education, $52,000. So I went from really like 24, no debt, to almost $300,000 in debt in a blink of an eye, and then no job.
My God.
And so I just went spiraling down, 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 down. And it was really scary because just like now, so many people were losing jobs, people were losing homes left and right. And I was fortunate in that I could move back home with my parents because I lived in Jersey and they still lived in Jersey. So here I was, 29 going on 30 in my middle school bed, feeling ashamed. And I rebuilt from there. And as I was rebuilding, that's how the Budgetnista started, because as I was fixing myself, my friends were like, well, girl, show me what you're doing. I'm like, I don't know much, but I'll show you what I know.
Yeah.
And as I started to build myself, I started to build up other women. And so the Budgetnista was born.
Wow. So let's talk about that mindset. That literally had to be a mind shift for you. I mean, like you said, I was sleeping in my middle school bed. This is the same bed I was in middle school, and I'm a whole grown woman now sleeping in the same bed. So let's talk about the mindset issue, because we think that the problems we have are a money issue. Is it a money issue, or is it a mindset, or both?
It is mostly a mindset issue, because once you shift your mind, the money will follow. Because I can teach people, like I can teach you how to do the mechanics of budgeting and savings, but if your mind has not shifted, you will likely go right back to where you were before we started.
That's so good.
And the biggest, sorry.
No, please continue. Yes.
I was going to say the biggest shift that I see, especially for people who have gone through a struggle, is the shame component. Jade, people feel like, they just made themselves feel so bad. We talk to ourselves crazy, and we would never let someone else talk to us like that. You'd be like, oh, girl, who are you talking to? Slow down. But to yourself, you like, you messed up. Look at you, Yeah. So that shame is something else, because shame doesn't say, Tiffany, you made a mistake. Shame says you are a mistake. And shame is a liar, and it shields solution. So to shift from a mindset from shame to, yes, accepting responsibility, but also knowing that it's okay. People make mistakes, and here are the solutions. That's a hard mindset shift.
Well, you said that it shields solution. When we beat ourselves up, we will talk ourselves out of even trying. Okay, I'm about to pass the plate, y'all. Okay, you're preaching today, Tiffany. I don't know. Okay, shields solution. Yeah, because there are so many people that have joined us today. And the reality is the thought of home ownership, that was something that they never considered, right? And so they've already kind of talked themselves out of it. They've already said, oh, but my credit is bad. I don't have any money in the bank. Nobody in my family ever owned. We've always rented. So it's just all of these things, like you said, they're talking themselves out of it. So what words of advice do you have on maybe dreaming bigger and maybe possibly helping make their dreams become a reality?
Well, first, if you are experiencing shame, because so many people have experienced loss, and oftentimes loss leads to the sense of fear, which leads to the sense of shame, is that the shift has to happen in that you have to remind yourself that there are some things that are beyond your control. You could not have predicted quarantine and pandemic, yes, maybe could you have used your credit card less, but I mean, those things happen,
Sure.
And you have to do what my friend Linda did for me. I was experiencing all this shame, and I stopped picking up and hanging out with my friends during that time. So Linda finally called me. Well, she had been calling me for some time, but I finally picked up. And she was like, girl, what is going on with you? And I was going to pretend like everything is fine, like we're apt to do.
Yeah.
And I just burst, but your bestie be knowing, like, girl, stop.
Yes, you better tell it.
Right?
Yes.
What is wrong with you? I was like, everything's fine. And I just started to boo-hooing. And she's like, what happened? I was like, girl, I done lost my job. I got all this credit card debt, my student loans. She was like, oh, you mean like everybody else? I was like, wait, what? And she said, I'm sorry, girl, because at the time we were still in our 20s, I was 29. And she was like, you was the only one who had a little bit together. All of our friends have credit card debt. I'm calling you from my mother's couch right now. And so literally that's what happened. She and I both started laughing because she basically was like, okay, yes, it's not ideal, but you and so many others are just like you, right? So, and so meaning that what's happening is happening to a collective. And so it's not just you. You are not alone in this dark time, And so knowing that, that it's not a Tiffany issue. This is just, okay, a situation you happen to find yourself in. And she gave me the permission to forgive myself. So I'm going to Linda y'all. I'm giving you the permission to forgive yourself. You got credit card debt, sis? Okay, and yes. Oh, you back at your mama's house? Okay, and like you have all that student loan debt. Yes. Join the club. Yes. So meaning that so many people are in that position, and there's so many people who were in that position and have fixed it. You will join the ranks of those who fixed it. But I want you to acknowledge this is not where I want to be, but it doesn't make me a bad person. It's not an indication of my character. It's a credit card. Like, it has nothing to do with how you are as a person. Your credit card doesn't care that you love your mama fiercely, but that you're a great sister or brother, that you're an amazing aunt or uncle. Like, that's not what's happening here. It's just, I happen to owe some money, or I don't have as much saved. It's just numbers. So we're going to forgive ourselves and walk toward the solution, knowing that I'm taking responsibility, but I am not going to use, maybe some mistakes in the past to make myself feel bad anymore.
I warned you guys before we started that she was going to be dropping gems today, right? I did not tell you she was going to preach to us and get us out of our seats, but you are definitely dropping gems. And it is so important. And I'll say, because obviously we have a lot of men on here too, but especially our women, we feel like we're all alone sometimes. Yeah. And I'm sure the men have the same issue, and we compare, right? That's so good. Shouts out to Linda. Give Linda a hug for us.
I was like, get you a Linda. Right?
Yes. Because you were over there thinking you were by yourself. And Linda's like, girl, me too. All of us.
And people are able to comment, right?
Yes, people are able to comment.
This is what I said, right? Because I like to stay focused. If y'all been commenting, great. I like to stay focused. So, so here's what I'm going to tell y'all, right? If in the comments, if you had trouble with your finances in the last within the last 12 months, just type in, I have. You don't have to say what it is, just within the last 12 months, you've had issue, whether it's a credit card or, just type in, I have. I do this all the time. And then you see all the comments, I have, because I want you to see what Linda did for me. Like, welcome to, let me move over on the couch of messed up finances.
Yes.
That you are not alone out here. Look how many people are saying I have.
They sure are.
Yep.
Y'all are blowing up. I'm going to join you guys right now. I'm typing in I have as well. I am in the I have boat. We are all in the I have boat.
Right? So here's what I want you to think of. So Jade, I want you to imagine, and everybody watching, I want you to imagine that you have to build your financial boat. So this is what you were doing in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you had picked the tree out for your financial boat. and carved out the middle. You put some, some waterproofing on it. You decided on a color. You picked the shape, and you were feeling yourself like, okay, this financial boat, I feel like it's cute. Yeah. 2020 said, let's see.
Yeah.
And 2020 made you put that boat in the middle of the ocean. Some people's financial boats sunk instantly, and they were like, oh yeah, this boat is not rocking. Some people's boat leaned a little to the left. Some people's boat tipped a little to the right. Some people's boat had too many people or too many things in it. Some people's boat actually did well. It floated, and some people's boat, zoomed along. But what you got to see by 2021, as you dragged your boat out of the water and you got to the shore, huffing and puffing, like, I made it to 2021. And you looked at that boat and you realized, where are my holes? That's what you get to see. Where are the holes? Like, did I not have enough savings? Am I not making enough at my current job? Am I in an industry that is prone to be shut down when things get tough out there? Am I spending too much money on things that, that don't add to the bottom line? Should I have learned how to invest? So what's so great is you now have your boat out of the water, but a storm will come, but now you can fix the boat to be ready for the next one. You have that opportunity now. So lean into it. That's what I did in 2009. My boat was in the water just sinking. I was like, oh, okay.
A lot of holes, right?
Yes. So I pulled it out and I plugged in all the holes that I could find. So when 2020 came, I realized like, okay, my boat was floating, my boat was moving along, but there were still little things I could do to fix the boat. And I'm like, in 2021, I've begun fixing that as well. So let's all focus on like, now we know what's wrong with our finances. Let's begin to fix it. So when the next financial storm comes in 5, 10, 20 years, that we are more than ready.
Amen. I love that. Thank you for that. See, I told y'all they don't call her the Budgetnista for nothing. Okay. We didn't just give her this name. She earned this name. Okay. Well, I know, first of all, I have to thank you again for your time today. I mean, literally, we could keep you on here all day and just be like, we all left hopeful. Everybody's ready and hopeful and ready to buy their new home. But if you had just one budgeting tip that you could leave with our audience. Again, we have a plethora of people, right? Some people are struggling with credit. Some people have no savings. Some people, and again, we're all on the couch. We're all a part of this I have gang, right? What is that one budgeting tip that you would leave with our audience today?
So the one thing I would leave you with is that automation is the new discipline.
Okay, let me write that down. I hope everybody has the pens out.
So I'm going to show you different ways that automation can play out.
Okay.
So my husband's not the best budgeter, but I got him to automate his budget in this way. I said, okay, babe, we have 2 checkings, 2 savings, and I suggest the same. So one checking account, this is our deposit account where the money lands and where your spending stays. We have another checking account that is for your bills. We have a savings account that is for emergencies. And then we have another savings account for goals, right? So we did the math about how much money should go into each account. And instead of waiting for them to make the transfers, I was like, tell your job, we want you to split it before we get it.
Don't count on us to split it.
Right? So he went to HR, he went to payroll and said, every pay period, can you put this much into the checking, this much into my bills account, this much is into my emergency savings, and this much into my goal savings. So now he can budget with that budget in. That is an automation. Another automation, that bills account, guess who pays the bills? Not him. The bills account pays the bills. That money goes there, and we done told the bills account on the first, pay this. On the second, pay this. On the third, pay this. It's just our job every week to make sure that the money is there. That is another automation, right? Automating for savings. You can automate for, if you want to donate money, you can automate your investments. So automation is the new discipline. It takes you out of it and makes you consistent, because even when you automate, 35% of your credit score is payment history. That means, do you pay those people on time? Do you pay at least the minimum? So if you automate your bills, you are affecting 35% of your credit score. So if I had one tip, it's automate as much as you can of your money as you can. And it's really going to be helpful to you. Automation is the new discipline.
I absolutely love it. I am stealing that. I will credit you, but I am stealing that. Okay? Yes. I love that. When I tell you, you are a beam of light, as you know, you have dropped gems today. We cannot thank you enough for being here. I do want to remind everybody, look, again, everybody is in the chat right now. They are blowing up. Don't y'all just love her? Yes. Okay. I want to make sure everybody remembers throughout today's events, we have breakout sessions. We have something coming up called Ask the Experts, but you don't want to miss that. We have a live exhibitor hall designed to dig deeper and empower you to make your dream of home ownership a reality. Tiffany, please, please, please let everybody know again. Yeah, I'm such a fan. This is so great. What am I doing here today? God, you are too good to me. We're not here to sell, but we are here to empower. And this book will empower you. How can they find your book? How can they follow you on social media, all your social handles, your website, all that kind of stuff?
So I am the Budgetnista on all the platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So you can find me there. And my book is available at the book title, getgoodwithmoney.com.
Amen. Won't he do it? The 10 simple steps to becoming financially whole. Y'all, we are not only going to have money, we are going to be financially whole and build generational wealth. You are going to get that home. You are going to be able to leave something for your kids and your grandkids. We are speaking it over your life. Thank you so much for joining us today. And look, the next time we have it, you got to come back, okay?
Yes,
I told you that's my friend in my head. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Didn't I tell you? Wasn't she amazing? That was so phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Thank you again, Tiffany. I hope you all are feeling just as inspired and like ready to take charge of your financial futures as I am. Yeah, we're about to get our coins together and keep them, right? We are going to become financially whole. Okay, so just so you know, that is how today is going to go. All right, we are keeping this energy up throughout our time here today. We're going to hear from many more experts who are here to guide you through this process and answer any questions that you may have. Now, I do know you may still be saying to yourself, I just don't see how this is going to happen. How am I going to buy a home? It seems so complicated, but the experts will actually break everything down today so you understand. So don't worry, okay? We got you. We're all in this together. Also, please make sure to stay around. We have some amazing prizes, as I've been telling you about throughout the event. And we even have a grand prize at the very end of the program. So don't try to skip out early, okay? I'm watching y'all. Okay, now it's time for everybody to click over to your breakout sessions to learn more about specific topics when it comes to home buying. So we have our session 1, which is financial essentials for home buyers. We have session 2, which is our first time buyer mistakes to avoid. So click into your sessions and be sure to go to Habitat website to join if you're not already there. I'm going to see you guys back here at 11 o'clock on the dot, okay? 11 a.m. to meet our next expert and for our first raffle prizes. So make sure to rejoin us after your session for a chance to win. All right, see you guys in just a little bit.